Welcome. Today, we're looking at a year-by-year regulatory timeline focused on DEG and EG incidents in India. We'll explore how these events have shaped policies and responses over time. Let's dive into the key moments and understand the bigger picture behind these developments. Let's talk about why diethylene glycol and ethylene glycol are such a serious concern. Both are industrial chemicals used in things like antifreeze and solvents. They're toxic, and exposure can cause a chain reaction in the body, starting with digestive issues, then metabolic problems, kidney damage, nerve injury, and in severe cases, failure of multiple organs. The danger comes from their ability to sneak into medicines because they look a lot like common liquid ingredients. This contamination has been a recurring safety problem worldwide. In 1986, a tragic incident at Mumbai's JJ Hospital became a harsh wake-up call for the pharmaceutical world. Contaminated glycerol, laced with a toxic chemical called DEG, led to 14 deaths. What went wrong? The materials came through unsafe supply routes, industrial-grade substances slipped into the pharmaceutical chain, and crucial checks simply failed. This tragedy exposed serious gaps in procurement, supplier qualification, and regulatory oversight. It reminded us, the quality of any medicine depends entirely on the quality controls applied to its raw materials. In 1998, a tragic poisoning episode struck Gurgaon, Haryana, marking a grim repeat in history. 36 children suffered acute kidney failure, and sadly, 33 lost their lives. The culprit was a cough expectorant contaminated with nearly 18% diethylene glycol, a toxic chemical. This wasn't just a testing failure at the end of production. The bigger issue was how this poison entered the supply chain, from raw materials to manufacturing. Any weak link here can put patients at serious risk. In 2006, India faced another serious incident involving diethylene glycol, this time linked to paracetamol elixir. 11 patients suffered severe poisoning, with symptoms like kidney failure and brain damage. The DEG levels varied widely, showing contamination wasn't limited to just one product type. This raised red flags about liquid medicines, excipients, and supplier quality. The key takeaway. For high-risk liquids, identity and impurity testing, supplier checks, and full traceability must all work seamlessly. And quality assurance needs to ask, can our specs really catch the risks that matter to patients? In 2020, a serious incident unfolded in Jammu and Kashmir involving Colbis PC cough syrup made by Digital Vision Pharma. The syrup was found to be contaminated with DEG, a toxic chemical. Tests showed nearly 35% DEG in one batch from September 2019. This triggered a swift response. Product recalls, production stops, regulatory and police investigations, plus extensive lab testing. The key takeaway. We can't overlook raw material checks, excipient and finished product testing, strong regulatory oversight, and the need for rapid recalls to keep people safe. In 2022, a serious incident unfolded involving syrups made in India, but linked to harm in the Gambia. 4 products from Maiden Pharmaceuticals were found to contain dangerous chemicals, leading to acute kidney injuries and even deaths among children. This wasn't just a local issue. It sparked a global response with WHO alerts, recalls, and investigations. The key takeaway: pharmaceutical quality isn't just a national concern anymore. A problem in one country's factory can quickly become a public health crisis halfway across the world. In 2023, we saw a shift toward more systematic regulatory responses, especially around the ongoing DEG and EG contamination issues. The World Health Organization flagged concerns about liquid medicines, including those made in India. In response, India stepped up export controls. By May, the CDSCO mandated testing cough syrup exports specifically for these contaminants. This wasn't just reactive anymore. The approach became risk-based, mandatory, and structured, with stronger oversight across the supply chain. The key takeaway: regulation is evolving from just testing finished products to managing the entire risk pathway. In 2025, India faced a serious warning with a DEG contamination incident involving Coldriff cough syrup. Manufactured in Tamil Nadu, Coldriff was found to contain nearly half its volume as DEG, a toxic chemical far beyond safe limits. Tragically, this was linked to child deaths in Madhya Pradesh. Two other products, Rispifresh TR and Ray Life, also showed contamination, but weren't connected to fatalities. This crisis sparked recalls, production halts, investigations, and a renewed push for stricter quality control across the pharmaceutical supply chain. Let's take a look at how regulatory practices have evolved over the years, shaped by key events and hard lessons. Starting in 1986, issues with supplier identity and procurement control came to light. Then, in 1998, the focus shifted to excipient and finished product quality. Over time, challenges grew more complex, from high-risk liquid formulations in 2006 to contamination and oversight gaps in 2020. More recently, we've seen a push toward global supply chain responsibility and stronger export testing. Yet, even today, repeated failures remind us that vigilance must never waver. Let's talk about the modern control model for ensuring quality and safety. It starts with working only with qualified suppliers who provide pharmaceutical-grade excipients. Every batch meets approved specifications, backed by identity and contamination testing, especially for DEG and EG when needed. We monitor suppliers based on risk, using validated analytical methods and strict manufacturing controls. Finished products undergo thorough testing, followed by ongoing market surveillance. If issues arise, rapid recall and corrective actions kick in. The key takeaway: contamination isn't just a lab issue, it's a full quality system challenge. India's regulatory approach has kept pace with emerging challenges. Since May 2023, the CDSCO requires testing for harmful substances like DEG and EG in export cough syrups, and they maintain the necessary testing infrastructure. The Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission now offers dedicated guidance on this testing, highlighting its ongoing importance. With the latest Indian Pharmacopoeia edition released in 2026, manufacturers need to stay updated on current standards and regulations, not just rely on older versions. And remember, when discussing past incidents, it's crucial to use careful language, avoiding assumptions about liability unless officially confirmed. If you found this presentation useful, please take a moment to like it. Subscribe for more content like this and share it with your colleagues in the pharmaceutical field. We'd also love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment and join the conversation. Your support helps us keep delivering valuable insights. Thanks for joining me today. If you want to dive deeper or have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I appreciate your time and attention. It's been a pleasure sharing this with you. Take care, and I look forward to connecting soon.